Okay, so we're back with some more viral stuff here. Just some generic crap and cool stuff and weird shit that people tag me in and send me. You know, the more of these I do, the more of these I get. And sometimes they're just like, they're ones that everyone has already seen, and it's like, I don't know if it's worth. And other times it's like, there's some really off the wall stuff that comes out too.
Yeah.
Like, I get so many of these ones though. These like, this one's Freddie Mercury, and I just think like from Queen.
Yep.
And like, as funny as it is, he does have a pretty big mouth, as I recall. So it's not that exaggerated.
Actually, he has extra teeth.
Is that right?
Yeah. So he had like extra teeth, and like
Dude, how do you know that?
Yeah. And he was actually afraid, from what I understand, he was afraid to get them removed or like worked on because he thought
It would affect his singing.
it would, because he's one of the rare people that had like 5 or 6 octaves or
It
whatever.
probably would have,
Yeah.
because
So-
like it would change the way his mouth felt.
But I also think that he was self-conscious about it as well, about his teeth.
Yeah. So then.
So it was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Anyways,
I don't
random
think that
facts.
this was done for that reason, that way.
No, I
So.
just think it's a funny character.
Right. I
Caricature.
think maybe it is. Maybe it's just this guy sucks, right? Like, but
Wow.
again, like, well, the tattoo doesn't look that well done, right? So I don't
really do.
I don't know if it was that. Like, it's not horrible.
Even,
like, it's,
but you know that picture is warped. That's not his actual mouth.
that's the joke. Is
Yeah.
like they did what they did in the tattoo
I
to the picture.
see,
Like
I
that.
see.
It's like the one where they show the lion in the
Yeah.
wild and then they put the tattoo face on.
I missed that funny.
But like the dude does have a pretty big mouth.
He does.
Right?
Yep.
So it's like, as funny as it is to like, oh, well, that would be funny if, it's like, but he kind of does have a big mouth, though.
Yeah.
It's like, what's his name? Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the guy was eating the microphone half the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, just engulfing the thing. So this one is like, it gets the point across, don't get me wrong, but like, it's also like, yeah, it's kind of true, though. Kind of.
Right.
Similar. So, I don't know. Otherwise, it's, I mean, there's definitely worse ones. And then we have these, they're almost like stockings. It's more of this textured stuff. It looks like
reminds
he's
me
wearing
of, like,
fishnet with tattoos underneath.
It reminds me of like if you take, like, there are those things that you take like the liney thing and you put it over top and then it's like an animation. Do you know what I mean?
What are those called? Linograph or
Like
something?
something like that. Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it reminds me of. I don't know if that's what the intention is.
It has a layered look, but it
Yeah.
wasn't done in layers. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you this is all done at the same time.
It's really hurting my eyes.
Like it looks like it's a blast over almost.
But I don't think it is.
No, but it's the way that they've done. So like the dots are part of the old designs.
Yep.
But they did it in a way with the different black. It looks almost like a different black. Well, maybe not. It's just an optical illusion of like, it's so well incorporated into the existing work.
Yeah, it looks like you're wearing like fishnets over
Yeah.
top of your
It's
tattoos.
super trippy. Like
Yeah.
this is
Hurting my
like
eyes.
really cool, skillful texture work again. Where
Yeah.
you could convince me that the tattoos inside this like whatever stocking print that he has here were there before, and that this was covered over top of it. Mm-hmm. But because they look so similarly saturated to the dots or whatever pattern he has here, it's pretty evident that like it is part of the design. Mm-hmm. But like, man, is that cool.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
I like this more than like, especially because we're talking like large scale pattern work here with this. I like this more than most of the like geometric stuff that you see these days.
Oh, well, and this is like kind of a fun way to do like a patchwork sleeve too, because this is kind of like
yeah,
a
your
fix to
background's
that
figured out
background
already.
problem, right?
But like you would have to lay this out from the start this way. You'd need a free arm for it because
Yeah.
it wouldn't work the same way if it actually was covering other tattoos.
No.
Because this transparency wouldn't be achieved quite the same way.
No.
Right? It looks almost like it's baked into the cake.
Yeah.
So like there's no separating this from the other thing. And it makes me wonder if this is and like Guy La Tattooer, the guy that does it,
Yeah.
his stuff is layered. Like a lot of his projects are layered. He's responsible for inspired tattoo portraits.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen her. I'm sure I've showed you her.
Yeah.
She's one of the more layered projects in the world.
Okay.
At the time when Kevin and I talked about her, I think she might have been similarly layered to me, but they haven't done a whole lot since then. It's mostly a finished project. Maybe there's a little addition here or there, but he does a lot of like layered suits and layered sleeves and stuff. I think this one looks more like this was the plan, and they did it this way from the start, but it's always hard to tell with him where her suit, for example, was done with layering in mind. So like there was a base layer, second layer, third layer, and like then there were even some subsequent small designs put over top of that. If you haven't seen, and I'll put some pictures in of her project with Guy La Tattooer, it's some really cool stuff, and everything this guy does is like this. It's,
Okay.
But it's like you can see his inspiration in it, but it doesn't always look the same. He does a lot of black work, but he does a lot of like weird ornamental and experimental stuff too. So I think one of the coolest tattooers of our time, to be honest with you. And he isn't a small profile, but not a lot of people know about him either.
Interesting.
He's kind of had like a very casual kind of long form growth in the industry as far as like his clout would be concerned. But yeah, really cool stuff. So yeah, there you see them together. It's really cool.
It's so cool.
Especially next to a nice plain gray t-shirt like that. That just makes them highlight so much more.
Makes them pop.
And you can tell when I was sent this one.
No,
like,
geez, Christmas time.
There was one year, like we didn't do a
like
Christmas
this.
episode last year because I just get tired of people not clicking on them. Like no one watches Christmas episodes. No one has a heart for Christmas. Here I am with a fucking full Krampus back piece, a candy cane, a Mr. Hanky. You know, I love Christmas, so
Arguably more than Halloween.
I do love Christmas more than Halloween. I do like Halloween, but
I am the Halloween one, and he's the Christmas one.
yeah, so, you know, I remember I complained that, you know, nobody fucking gave a shit about Christmas, so I just put the whole thing off this time. Anyway, this was sent to me that far ago.
This Grinch is freaking cool.
Yeah, it's like neo-trad, new schooly Grinch.
The colors, oh man, this is amazing. I like to see a Krampus done like this.
I think that it's been done. I think Krampus is usually done in a darker light, though. It's usually less, like, whimsical.
And colorful.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes they're colorful, but the colors would be maybe darker. I think the Grinch has got, like, he's got a similar vibe to Krampus. He's just maybe not as vengeful, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's more... He is vengeful, don't get me wrong.
But he becomes good at the end.
Yeah, he does have a heart at the end. I don't think there's ever been a redemption story for Krampus. So I don't think that there's any truth to it, really. But Jim Carrey's been talking about doing another Grinch movie for a while. And
As long as he doesn't have to do the makeup. I think that was the caveat there.
yeah, I think The Grinch is a good movie. I think the cartoon is better. I think that the Christmas like Grinch movie with Jim Carrey is... It's a little much, but it's still one that we watch every year. So
We do.
yeah, I do like this. That's cool.
Really cute.
Yeah. So then we got
One of these ones again.
Yeah.
Less is more and nothing is too much. Okay.
well, I think both apply here, right? I think it's both too little and too much in this case.
Yeah,
And maybe
yeah.
that was the point. Way to get a back piece in, well, it looks like 23 minutes, I guess.
But there's someone out there. I can think of a specific person. There's someone out there that would love this tattoo.
Who's that?
I
Oh,
have a client that would love this tattoo.
I think it would be covered up anyway.
But like, there's a lot. I think that there's a lot of people out there right now that are doing this kind of ignorant tattooing.
Yeah.
And getting these like ignorant tattoos, it just seems to be a thing, which I really can't wrap my head around. But
I mean,
whatever.
like I said, we're in such a strange moment with tattooing where it's more about spectacle and fucking theatrics than it is
Yeah.
about like quality or like the journey. I think the idea of like the tattoo journey that I've been doing or like that people used to do to get a bodysuit Mine has obviously been extensive. I think that whole idea is going away. You're seeing that with like anesthetic tattoo. People don't even want to be present for it. And then there are the people who they would rather make some kind of a wacky statement or a joke with their body than they would, go through the whole ritual type thing. It's been turned on its side, and then it's hard to even tell sometimes what's good and what's bad anymore. And I guess that's what happens with all modern art, really. It's who fucking knows what's good anymore. It's more for the joke a lot of the time, And so I don't know. It's got a look to it, I guess.
Yeah. I was just admiring how all the S's are basically the same.
Oh, well, this was deliberate tattooing.
Yeah.
It's again done to look bad.
It's like they stenciled all of the same S and then yeah.
That's what I said.
Breaks my mind.
The guy who did this could, turn around and do a fucking masterpiece portrait.
Probably.
Right? And it might be easier for him. It's a very hard thing to tell who's doing this intentionally anymore, because we've seen so many badasses deliberately do bad tattoos. So it's and this could be harder to do, because if you're used to doing clean solid script every day and then you're asked to do something that looks this half-assed.
Anytime I've had clients ask for handwritten script, I have such a hard time providing them with it, just because
it's harder to do than it looks.
Well, I just I can't wrap my head around how much I don't like it. Anyways.
Yeah. So, and it looks fairly clean for what it is, to be honest with you, as strange as that sounds. This one was doing the rounds for a while. The guy who does this does all kinds of these, and it's funny if you look in his comment section, people are talking about how it's going to the tricks that are used here to create depth. All of that shading that looks blurred towards the edge is so goddamn masterful.
I feel like this is going to age really well. There's a lot of skin and a lot of dark and line. I can't see.
Well, no, they're thinking because of this stuff here.
Oh,
but
that's only going to get better.
They don't understand that that out of focus, as hard as that is to achieve, that gradual ramp to clarity at the center, that will hold up. Because everything in there is just basic tattooing. There's nothing in there. It looks like a blob on purpose. Who gives a fuck if it blobs up anymore? That's the point, right? And you see the gradual clarity that they achieve in the middle. They have complete control of the skin.
Yeah, this is crazy.
There's zero fucking frustration in this, right? Everything that happens in this is intentional, and they know what it will age like. Guarantee you they do.
I think so too.
And if anything, like you said, the problems will be better over time.
Yeah, it'll only be more of what it should be.
Yeah, I really, really love these. You see that in my Krampus back piece,
this is super creepy.
But these one-piece back pieces where the whole thing is in the piece, right? The background of this is part of the piece. The background of this that highlights the foreground is part of the design, right? And that is fucking awesome. All of this stuff around here, the darker stuff, the out of focus stuff, puts emphasis on the focus stuff, right? So it's really this is as close as you can get to a 10 out of 10 in black and gray, I think.
I think so too.
You can argue you don't like it. The look of it, you could say, oh, I don't like the subject matter, but this is absolutely beautiful tattooing.
Masterfully done.
And they're all of his work looks about this good.
Amazing control of their machine for sure.
Yeah, Glenn Friesen, if you haven't seen this stuff, this one went super viral. I've seen his work prior and since, but this is as close as it gets to 10 out of 10 for black and gray work. So, and then we got this terrible head tattoo, and
back portraits.
This is one where, remember we were saying sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's good or not.
I just think this is just
this is terrible. This is where it's not hard to tell.
Yeah.
Look how angry that skin is. Those light washes.
It does look really angry.
It looks just labored in.
Well, yeah, they're not putting it in right.
It just looks like this was a struggle the whole way with a very ugly, terrible result. And it couldn't be on a worse spot too. And there's no mind for the placement at all. Look where that ends on his head.
Yeah.
And then if this guy's wearing a shirt, you see the fucking forehead and maybe a bit of the eyes there.
Yeah, I didn't realize how
just
weird
this little
that would look.
creepy peekaboo.
This little peekaboo kid
It's like,
face
what
or
is that?
whatever
A
it
fucking
is.
forehead with some eyes? It's fucking
Little
terrible.
troll or something.
That's terrible. And if he grows in hair, like, here's what you got. You got half a face down there.
Kind of look like a dick.
Just no placement. No mind for placement. This guy needs to be bald for life for this to make any sense. But at the same time, he wants to grow his hair in to cover it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he both doesn't want it showing and needs it showing. Because if he grows his hair in, he's fucked. Because, like, imagine his hair grows right down there. And then you got this fucking nose and this little shoulder coming out.
I really don't like it.
The best
The
case
neck
scenario.
is so thick on that. I think it's supposed to be Mary and Jesus, is it not? I don't know.
I mean, I think that's Mary. But man, did he do Jesus dirty if that's Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
That might be the
Sweet
ugliest
little
Jesus
baby
I've ever
Jesus.
seen. That might be the ugliest Jesus tattoo I've
I mean,
ever seen.
that's what I think it is, but maybe it's his like wife and child. I don't know.
Wow, he did his wife dirty. If I were to get that done and I said, that's you, you might divorce me.
Yeah, I'd probably cry.
You really think I'm this ugly?
Yeah, exactly. Do I really look like that, Remy? Is that what you think of me?
The one eye is so huge. I understand they're trying to do perspective, but you would not see all of this eye either.
This is not good.
Like, if they were going for perspective, this eye would be at a different glance.
They didn't pay any attention to any reference.
It's just, and look at the fucking jawline on that bitch.
Yep.
Holy fuck, it gets worse the more you look at it. Like, yeah, that's brutal. Look at not just the width of the neck, but the length of the neck too. It looks like a fucking giraffe.
But like a penisy giraffe.
Holy fuck, that's brutal. God damn, that's bad.
And then
we have something very pleasant.
a little baby pupper. I saw this one recently.
There's so many things that I appreciate about this.
Yep.
Where it's like, these are tasteful face tattoos.
Yep.
The dog portrait is probably the least tasteful thing he's got.
But I love it.
But like, because he's already this far into the game, you could tell, because if you see the look up, like, he's got his full neck done. He already has pre-existing.
Lots of black work.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, yeah, man, if you love your dog this much, this is one where, like, I could get there.
He's probably got the other dog on the other side if he has another dog.
Well, I have a 17-year-old dog that's coming to the end of his road here, and like, I love that guy enough to see him every day on my face. I wouldn't do it on my face personally, but like, I can understand that because I'm gonna miss that guy so much.
I know, baby.
You know, I am gonna be getting a portrait of him.
Yeah.
But not on my face. But I can understand and completely identify with caring that much about your dog.
The want of this.
Yeah, dog portrait tattoo is one that I will never question.
Yeah.
Right, and it doesn't matter where you put it either.
Dog babies, fur babies, any like little Kit Kats, little puppas. Yeah.
I also obviously I like his eyebrow tattoos, and his eyelid tattoos I think are pretty cool too. Same thing, like, I like this chin tattoo. I like how far it goes. I've thought about bringing mine up. I think I'm happy with where it is, but like, I like that. I've always liked that look where it goes right up to the lip like that. I just noticed
that his other puppo baby's right beside it too. Just real soft.
Yeah, very, very soft.
Yeah.
Hard to see.
Yeah.
But I think this one will be probably a little bit darker. So I would probably touch up the other one just so he's a little more visible.
Oh, and his name is Taco.
Oddly, I don't usually like these mandala things, but I actually really like the way this one frames his face. It's very, very mindful tattooing. It's given him a really cool face shape. And I like this idea that, like, he's put the dogs in between the
kind of petals of the
petals
mandala.
of this mandala, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And theoretically, like, he could do another one or two yet.
Right.
If he keeps them going in this formation.
Taco's siblings for
sure. Someone like this, that's this far in, obviously also a tattooer himself, it's like, if you want some fucking more face tattoos,
do it.
Go for it, you know?
Do it.
And you have this much coverage already. These might be some of the only free spots he's got left.
Yeah, only space to put Taco.
It's a really, really cool little tattoo too. Very well done, especially at that size. It's pretty goddamn detailed for what it is.
Really nicely done.